Hi, my name's Angie.
And I'm Julia.
Welcome to this video. What is this video? This is an instructional video about second year iSCI, which both Julia and I are almost done with. They say that university is the best 4 years of your life, but they don't tell you that second year is the greatest year of those 4 years of your life, especially in iSCI. This is a video that will give you some nifty tricks and tips to get through your best year of the best 4 years of your life
Second
in iSCI.
Second year.
So Julia, what should we talk about in this video?
I don't know. Let's take a look at the slides and find out.
Okay.
So, as you can see, our first slide is organization, aka how to use OneNote. OneNote is an application for the computer that you can get, and it's really useful for stuff like making a to-do list and taking notes on PowerPoint slides. So the key thing about making a to-do list is that you want to put way more things on your to-do list than is humanly possible for you to achieve in a day. And so that at the end of the day, you can see that you've not checked off any of those things, and that because you spent the entire day watching Netflix instead, and you can feel really bad about yourself. So a great way to circumvent this problem, though, is you just put Netflix on your to-do list. And so when you're done a day of Netflixing, you can just check that off of your little box, and then you'll feel good about yourself to not feel like a total failure.
Nice.
Angie, do you have anything to say about step 2, stress management?
Julia, if you mean 1 hour breaks, then boy oh, do I have some great tips for you. 1 hour breaks are the best. They're great. I suggest scheduling as many of them in your schedule as you possibly can to get the most out of your day. Here are some things that you can do. 1. Meet up with a friend for an unsatisfying hangout. Julie and I do this all the time. You won't do much except gossip about your other friends because you're uncomfortable, but at least you'll spend enough time talking that by the time you're done, it's time for your next class. Second thing, squeeze in an hour of productivity. Open up your laptop and some documents, do your Snapchats, check your social media, and before you know it, it'll be time for class yet again. 3. Take a quick nap at the student center. The hustle bustle of everything and occasional screaming of people in line for the microwave will gently lull you to sleep. 4. Get food. Wait in line for 30 minutes at any of the wonderful establishments at McMaster for food that you can't afford anyway. And then you can wolf it down because you don't want to sit in the back of class eating your food yet again. Those are just 4 ways to spend 1 hour breaks that'll help you relieve stress in your day-to-day university life. So Julia, what did you learn this year about your lab skills?
Do you mean lab reports? Because I learned a lot of things about lab reports this year. For example, with lab reports, you want to, usually they give you 2 weeks to do a lab report. But you want to wait until your lab report is due in 24 hours to start it, because that way all of the knowledge that you got for your lab report is just soaked into your brain. So then in those 24 hours, you'll have the time to do your abstract, your introduction, your methods and materials, your results, your discussion, and all your references, and find sources to cite things all in those 24 hours, and you might even sleep for maybe 2 hours. That's the best way to do it. I don't believe in people who say that they do their lab reports a week before.
Because those people are what we call liars.
So for this one, step 4, me and Angie are gonna cooperate so that we can share our experiences about group meetings.
Group meetings.
So the first thing you want to remember about group meetings is that you want to maximize your time there. So you never want to leave a group meeting before about like 4 hours has passed. So that's like the minimum time you want to spend in a group meeting. And you never want to leave a group meeting without having nothing done. Because if you've done something in a group meeting, you're not doing it right.
Also, in your group meetings, make sure you get together and watch at least 3 or 4 episodes of a TV show or parts of a movie. As long as it's together, it's fine. Together. And if this leads to conflict, that's fine, because conflict among group members promotes friendship, and all conflict is intellectual discussion. Cooperation.
Group meetings. So, step 5 is studying. So when studying, you want to make sure that you're studying for your quizzes. So in year 2 of iSCI, there's a module called DD, or Drug Discovery, and every week you'll have a quiz. And so for those quizzes, you want to make sure that you don't study until the night before, and you do all your readings the night before, so that all of the information stays fresh in your mind. And that way you can forget it immediately after you read the quiz, so that there's room in your brain for the next week of content. Now that we're done talking about DD quizzes, what about studying for thermo quizzes? How do we do that, Angeli?
Well, Julia, thermo quizzes are interesting because you always do them the day that they're due. And this is because by that time, all of your friends would have done the quiz already, and then you can just ask them for their answers. And there is no way that your friends would have not done the quiz, because they think the best way to succeed in these quizzes is doing them ahead of time. But you're a sneaky snake, and you know that asking your friends for answers is the best way to do well on these quizzes. Good job, you. So, Julia, for motivation, what are your thoughts on starting your work at a certain time?
Don't.
So, our final step is the 7th step, which is having fun in the classroom. This basically means going to class and being happy about that decision. To help you make the decision of going to your classes, we have a handy-dandy flowchart. Julia, please take it away.
Okay, so the first question you want to ask yourself when you're wondering if you should go to class is, are you sick? Well, if yes, then you never go to class, because you don't want to be submitting other people to your germs. So you can follow a little flowchart to don't go. Because you don't want people to be submitting themselves to your germs. And you know what? Your health is a #1 priority. The next one is, can you catch up later? And if you have other assignments that are in dire need of doing. So if yes, then don't go to class and focus on those other assignments, because at the end of the day, those are the marks that you get. But if you can't catch up later, then you should go to the next one, which is it a morning class? If yes, morning classes are hard to go to, so don't go.
Good point.
Next one is, if it's not a morning class, you ask yourself, is it a night class? Night classes are even worse to go to, because you're just going to fall asleep and not be able to focus in class. So why would you go to night class? So if it is a night class, don't go. But if it's not a night class, the next question you need to ask yourself is, do you have a test or a midterm or an assignment? Those are really important to complete, because you get marks for them, and marks means GPA. And if no, then don't go to class. But if you do have a test or a midterm or an assignment
For that class.
yeah, thanks, Angie. you go to the next one, which is asking yourself, can you MSAF it? So if you can, then MSAF it and don't go. But if you can't and you've already used your MSAF because you've already used this flowchart before, you go to the next one, which is do you even care? And if you don't, just don't go to class. I mean, I guess if you care after all of these steps, just go to class.
But mostly don't go to class.
Yeah. This video has been how to get through iSCI year 2 and do a mediocre job like we did with these life tricks and hacks and goofs and gaffes. And yeah, thanks for watching our presentation. And well, now I'm gonna call your questions.
Bye everyone. Make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe this video.